Okay. I have the dishwasher going in the background. So, started a new league this weekend. I was able to get 3 games of the league in. Uh, oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Um, yeah, I mean, it looks like a decent hand. I looked up what my opponent was playing, and I saw that they were on creativity, and I was like, I don't know if this is going to be enough for creativity. So I'm pretty sure I threw it back. Yeah, there we go. This one, however, I liked a lot. Very close to just having a natural lock very quickly. And then I throw back the cookbook, if I'm not mistaken. Turns out my opponent was not on creativity. So the question here is, do I duress or codex shredder first? I decided that I wanted to duress because the creativity list runs spell pierce. And then I see that they are on Murktide, not creativity. So with this hand, I feel very, very confident that I should do okay. I mean, I have to worry about if they preordain into a counter, but I figured that they're probably going to either preordain or Ragavan on turn 1, um, depending on what they see. So far they probably don't know what I'm on. So they look at their top card to see if they want to shuffle it away, and they decide that they do, and they get a Ragavan. So here I'm just trying to dodge Ragavan hitting a discard spell. So here the opponent should be able to figure out what I'm on, obviously. So I strings, and I think, what was it? Yeah, I grab Blooming Marsh to make sure I hit my 3rd land drop. I could have gotten the bobble, but I want to absolutely make sure I hit my 3rd land drop. So again, they're targeting themselves. It looks like they want to keep the card on top. Or not. That's weird. Well, I guess they wanted to see what they were going to get with Ragavan first. And yeah, they are very clearly searching for a counter here. So they do 1 top, 1 bottom. So the cards that we know about, let's see, they got rid of Strand, they still have Island, got rid of Bobble, they played the Steam Vents, Ragavan, and Preordain. So we know about an Island still. So now that I have 2 bridges, I figure it's safe to go ahead and just play 1. I figured, the chances that they have Spell Pierce aren't gonna is not likely. They do, however, have Flame of Anor, which is unfortunate. So again, I gotta dodge them having a counter spell. And I look at my top card because I want to make sure that it's not a discard spell. And it is not. If I remember correctly, it's a land. Yeah, Burning Catacombs. I don't mill my opponent because I don't want to fuel their Murktide. I go ahead and make a construct because I figure they probably went for counters. Play my other saga. So now they got rid of their bolt, 1 bolt already. So it's a matter of, do they have heat? I wonder. I don't know how many types they have in the graveyard. It doesn't say. But sorcery, instant, artifact, land. Yeah, they have delirium. So it's a matter of whether or not they have heat. But it looks like they might have dumped heat for Flame of Anor. Maybe. Yeah. I don't want them to have the preordain. Just more dig spells for them. Yeah. Play the Channeler. And them not killing the construct tells me that they do not have a bolt, do not have heat. So if I make constructs, it doesn't matter if I resolve bridge. It might have been better there for me to play the Blooming Marsh. Since they didn't block, I went ahead and made my construct now. So now it doesn't. The counters don't matter because my clock is going to be better. So yeah, I did make a mistake. I should have played the Blooming Marsh last turn. And the opponent knows that they're going to die now. They have to chump block, and they're not going to have enough blockers. So if I had done it correctly, played the Blooming Marsh last turn, I mean I'm still going to win, but I'll make a construct, go get another artifact, and play Bauble and copy Shredder. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 artifacts. So 2 7/7s. Yeah, they'd be dead. So we go to game 2. Whenever MTGO feels like it, I guess. Okay, so sideboard. I didn't really side too much. I sided out my Grafdigger's Cage and a Pithing Needle for a Nihil Spellbomb and a Soul Guide Lantern. Just to shut off the Delirium and to make it so it takes longer for them to cast their Murktides if I draw those. Okay. This seems not a terrible hand. The Profane Tutor should be able to get me a bridge if I need to, duress early on, and the Shredder Bauble should be able to dig me into stuff if I need it. It is unfortunate they get a turn 1 Ragavan both games, but so I fetch out my basic Swamp because I'm expecting them to have Blood Moon. Go ahead and grab the Flame of Anor, so that leaves them with the Expressive Iteration and a Null. I figure I should be able to use Duress to get one of those next. Yeah, they don't cast the Lantern. I think, I mean, that's debatable on whether or not they should or not, because at best they can try to use it to shuffle my library if they don't like what's on top, or shuffle theirs, but then they're using up their mana. So naturally draw the bridge, which is great. I grabbed the Annul here because I figured I can force them to spend the mana on Expressive Iteration next turn. So they put a card on top, and I wait until, let's see, their upkeep so I can see what that card is. And I'm pretty sure it's another expressive iteration. Yeah. And I don't want them to have it, so I mill it. I do recognize this means that they might have a counter. So there. Yeah. Yeah. So they cast the expressive iteration, the second one. Oh yeah, and they played a Misty Rainforest. Um, I figure what are the chances they have a counter for a bridge that costs 1 mana, because they were digging real hard to try to find something. So I look at their top card, I see it's a counter spell, and I figure that's okay. I'm not too worried about it. They do have a Brotherhood's End, though. I don't mill them, and I don't mill myself. I don't want to. I know they have a Murktide. I don't want to feed it, and I don't want to mill myself, um, because I might mill a bridge, and that would be dumb. And I don't run Academy Ruins in this list. And again, they hit a Lantern. So I'm going to go ahead and play the Saga, and play my Lantern. And I'm going to suspend Profane Tutor. So I'm just, I do know they have the counters. What I'm looking for here is I'm expecting them, my plan is they're going to play the Murktide with counter backup. I will take a bunch of damage. I'll trophy the Murktide, force the counter, use Profane Tutor, grab a bridge, and then Saga should get me the lock. I should also be able to make blockers for Ragavan with Saga. Now the opponent sees that I have a Blooming Marsh on top, and that will be a dead card. So I think the opponent tries to play a smarter play here by ensuring that they don't attack with a Ragavan because they want me to draw a dead card, which is kind of interesting, using like a Lantern tactic there. It's kind of nice. So I just play the Marsh. There's the Murktide. And again, they don't attack the Ragavan into the Saga. They just swing with the Murktide. And fortunately, I use Assassin's Trophy. So that's going to draw out the counter. And it will put me at 3, but what that means is my Profane Tutor is going to come off suspend, I'll grab a bridge, Urza Saga will get me the Shredder, and that's going to be the lock. And the opponent says that they have to go. And good game. But yeah, so Profane Tutor is going to save my butt there.